My other fun fact is, Gabby probably already knows this, but I guess that the category of fish is like not taxonomically sound at all. And the biological definition of fish like totally implodes almost immediately, because anything that's a vertebrate is a fish. Like, because if you're in a taxonomic group, am I using that word right?
Yeah.
Like if you're in a taxonomic group, then you automatically include all of the groups that came before you on your tree.
Mm.
And
Wait,
since
give an example with mammals. Like, how is this?
like a rodent is a mammal,
Right.
is a vertebrate.
Oh, right. Got it. Okay, yes. Yeah, got it.
And so the common ancestor of all vertebrates is fish.
Yeah.
And so
But
fish just means like everything with a spine.
Yeah. Or we all are fish. Mammals are all fish.
I think it's like, yeah, like fish and it's all of its descendants is like everything. And that
it's so true.
We're more closely, maybe, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. We can start talking about the thing we actually know about, which is season 1, episode 9. But I want to hear Gabby's response too if she has one.
is my final point on this is I thought you were going to say it's like trees, which is another interesting category of convergent evolution where like a palm tree is much more closely related to grass than it is to an oak tree. They just both look like trees.
Yeah.
Maybe that's similar. Honestly, can't think about it too hard.
Like how
I need to listen to the episode, and I do want to get into the Hank Green podcast with you. Please send me a link so I remember.
Okay, I'll do it. I'm going to write it down. Actually, I'll just remember because I listen to it every day.
Okay, I want to listen too because I would love to know fun facts. And also if he has an episode about the concept of infinity, I feel like I need to brush up on that as well.
Remember when I had to explain infinity to you for an hour?
When Gabby had to explain it to me? No, Gabby
you weren't getting
introduced
it.
a new way of looking at infinity, which like nobody thinks of.
I love
like
thinking
Gabby
about
was like,
infinity.
"Did you know infinity is finite?" Here it is.
Not
And we had,
finite.
like,
It just can have limits.
Yeah.
It has limits.
It can.
It can. Okay, it can. And then we spent an hour having a beautiful philosophical conversation about it, which I'm sure many before us have had.
And
Just had to
we'll
clarify.
publish that one day.
Just
I was
like-
recording it.
Just like we're
You
literally
were?
about to do.
But we are going to record this
We are gonna
recap
record
episode of season 1, episode 9, The Puppet Show. This is You Know What They Slay, a Buffy the Vampire Slayer recap podcast. I'm Gabby.
I'm AM.
I'm Dev.
And none of
job,
us ever
guys.
know what order to introduce ourselves in. We should probably just do a standard.
We should do a standard. Okay, let's do Gab, AM, and then Dev.
I
Let's
think
just do
that
that
our
from now
listeners
on.
should comment below, rank us 1 to 3, and that's the one we'll use.
Gabby's like, God, no, please.
Don't say that.
Gabby, you would get number 1. That's why
Yeah.
you're first.
Come on.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. So it's the puppet show.
It's the
Oh my
puppet
God,
show.
it's the
I'm
puppet
so happy to be leading the recap on this one. I love media about haunted killer toys.
Mm-hmm.
Megan, for example, which notably Megan 2 is coming out soon. I'm really excited.
Finally.
That's wild.
But great episode.
Yeah, I was like, this is finally the perfect moment. Didn't even know I was ever going to bring this up, though, speaking of haunted toys, that I met the doll that haunted Charlie for their entire childhood in the attic of their grandparents' house. When I went over there for Easter, I met this doll, and she's a little girl who sits in the corner on a rocking chair. And apparently everybody knew that, like, Charlie as a kid who had to sleep in the attic with the doll was like afraid of it. And so they would put it up there for them to like encounter. And Charlie's like, I swear she moved in the night. Like it was terrifying. And their grandparents are like, guess who you're inheriting in the will? Like that doll is
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, no. And what does she look like?
She looks like Annabelle, like, you know, the like scary horror movie doll. It's like she looks like that, but a little bit bigger. She's like kind of like half my size, I would say, like height.
Oh,
And
big.
like sits on it, like she looks like a child, but like slightly miniature child. It's
Right.
crazy. No, she looks fucked up. I would be
Like
scared too.
Megan, kind of like Megan.
Kind of like Megan if she was like from maybe like 1750.
I hate that so much. Also, I've been thinking the whole episode, I was thinking about how, like, I can't think of a more perfect vessel to welcome a lost soul than a fucking doll. And, like, passing that down from generation to generation, like, that's what you do with children and family members. That's just, like, encouraging the spirit to inhabit that doll. That's not chill at all.
Literally. Yeah, literally. It's like this. Yeah, you're right. This is a vessel. Get it away from me.
There was this. Do you remember that doll we had at Heaven's Gate? It was like a ceramic mime doll.
I was there when it was found.
Where was it found?
I mean, when it was purchased.
Where was it purchased?
Ava got it at Goodwill, I think.
Ava got it? I just remember I think me and Ava were fooling the house by moving it around and trying to make people think that it was haunted.
Well, Ava got it and then put it up in the house and was like, dang, guys, where did that doll come from? Like, who brought that?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then would move it around and be like, whose doll is that? And like Jeff like literally was like shitting himself, like could not believe that there was a haunted doll. Yeah, it's the best prank ever. Like that would kill me.
Best prank ever.
Yeah.
That would kill me and my spirit would actually inhabit the doll.
That would end me for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we
standing
did
up.
smash it eventually. So the spirit is loose.
Loose. Wow.
That's better.
That's actually really brave.
Yeah, I mean, we freed him. So this episode, very similar themes, and it's framed underneath the vessel of the talent show at Sunnydale High, which
Love.
is so fun, so charming. We open up on a ballerina in warm-up clothes stretching, and you hear a sinister voice overhead that says, "I will be whole, I will be new." We pan out and we're backstage at the talent show. We see multiple students and their talents. We see a juggler, a violinist, a tubist, which I had to look up what the word for that is, a magician, and finally a ventriloquist with a scary puppet who is, the titular character.
Does anyone have a talent?
Oh, good question.
Like that I would do at the talent show.
Yeah, because I don't think I have one. Actually, that's not true. I probably still could because I used to be able to pogo stick and jump rope at the same time.
That's
That
that's
is
the
so
talent.
sick.
That is so cool. Holy shit. Okay, well, I participated in my elementary school talent show at the urging of my like drama teacher or something, and me and a few friends recited a Shel Silverstein poem.
Oh.
But it had to do with like getting eaten up by something, so we each stood in black garbage bags, and as we recited it, like slowly pulled the garbage bags up over our heads and ended up in plastic garbage bags on the stage.
Safe.
Yeah, it's so safe.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
Gabby, you
and
play
I had
piano.
Yeah, Gabby.
I have piano, but I did do the talent show as a kid, and I sang Taylor Swift.
Oh my god, what song?
Love Story
Wow, Gab, that's beautiful.
with my friends. It was a group performance. A different year, we did Love Song by Sarah Bareilles.
I love that story.
That's so beautiful.
But my piano would probably be, I would consider myself to be more talented at piano than singing, certainly.
Well, you're better at
but
singing than Cordelia,
I
who is
know.
You're an
on
amazing
stage.
singer.
I thought that
Yeah,
she
Courtney's
was
on
pretty
stage.
good, honestly. So,
Okay,
yeah,
Gabby,
we
were
see.
you being serious?
Yes.
Okay, you're like 100 times better at singing than Cordy. I have to say.
I am a Cordy apologist. I just love what she does. But you
I know,
could
maybe it's just because I'm a hater and it's bad.
you could first of all clearly tell that this is Charisma trying to sound bad when she's a very talented singer.
Yeah, like Sabrina Carpenter on SNL.
Exactly.
Like in the skit, not on the stage.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, okay, good.
I know
Just
exactly
for
what
the-
you're referring to.
Just for the readers who might think I'm bashing her.
The Domingo part 2, whatever.
Exactly. Yes.
I don't want to hear another word about that goddamn skit.
They
With all due
really,
respect.
You're too online to have a conversation about it. Okay. Yeah. Cordy is doing, I wrote in my notes, she's doing excellent karaoke level work. Where I was like, she would fucking kill it on the karaoke stage and I would cheer and it would be insane. But like talent show, she's a cheerleader. Like she could do a cheer or like a flip or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I
And
guess
you
I
like
could
don't
see.
have to do the talent show. It's optional.
I know, but it's Cordy though. She's like, that
She
stage
has
is
to.
mine. She has
Yeah.
to.
Giles, we pan to, he's sprawled out in the audience seats, which I just had to comment on his posture here because it was kind of sexy.
He looks
he's really
hot this episode, I have to say.
He looked hot this episode. Multiple times. He's taking up space in the audience seats. He's the only one sitting there because he is overseeing the talent show for some reason.
He's the producer.
Yeah. He's the director. He's the producer. We see our trio, Buff, Willow, and Xander, stroll up on him. And they start to make fun of him for having the assignment of overseeing the talent show. I don't know. Seems like a cool gig.
It seems like so sweet, especially for a librarian. I'm like, Giles has has an actual chance to like make a difference in kids' lives, but he obviously is not interested in that because he's the watcher. So he's super bummed about it. He's like, oh my God, the new principal, Principal Snyder, like made me do it. He wants me to engage more with the kids instead of just being holed up in the library all the time, hanging with you guys. So first mention of Principal Snyder, though. New guy.
Yeah, and they say, into every generation is born one who must run the annual talent list show.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
Good.
They're
quote
being
from Buffy.
haters. It's very like, I don't know, it's dated in that they're really making fun of people who try. That is like such a trope of this era of like high school content and movies and stuff. And I think that that's different now.
I know. As much as we want like to see our heroes as like understanding people who are like, everybody's different and has their different things. Like we do demon killing. They are still high schoolers in the 90s and love to shit on people who are earnest.
I think if this happened nowadays, it would just be so impressive that all these kids of their own volition tried out for the talent show and have these varying talents. It would be a beautiful thing.
I know. And I'm honestly curious. I'm like, is that because we're like grown up and we think that theater in high school is so like sweet and wholesome? And like, I wonder what high school kids think about it these days.
Yeah, we'll have to ask Jack,
Yeah.
our resident high school theater teacher.
Literally.
But yeah, so they run into the new principal, Mr. Snyder, who has much more sinister vibes than our last principal, Snooty?
Flutie.
Sorry.
Couple named Principal Snooty.
That would be multiple SN names. That would be weird. He's been overhearing the trio making fun of the talent show, and that is not cool with him. He's also been noticing them cutting classes to fight demons. So, new enemy of the trio, and he's signing them up for the talent show as punishment.
Yeah, Xander is
Yeah.
like, don't you know that detention is like a time-honored punishment? We would rather have detention. But Snyder is sneaky, and he's really like out for them. He wants them to suffer.
Yeah, and
Yes.
he's getting them because they're like always leaving class early. And he's like, you guys are real antisocial types. Like, you need to be more involved in school. So I guess like Giles and the kids are all like antisocial. That's how they're perceived. Meanwhile, they're like saving people's lives. That's why
They're very
like, ditching
pro-social.
class.
Yeah.
They're so pro-social. They're like, we love humans so much. We're going to like risk our lives for them. But Snyder doesn't see that. He's super creepy and like super dull and just like kind of like a little bald guy. Kind of super classic like high school villain principal. Yeah.
I wanted to comment on this punishment because I went through something really similar at camp.
Oh my
If
God,
you
love
recall,
it.
the Christian camp I went to in the summers, the Christian sleepaway camp, me and my friend Lexi were there, and I forget what we were doing. We were like being too cool for school, like not participating in a group activity, like, we're too cool for this. And so to punish us, they made us get on the stage in front of the whole camp and perform I'm a Little Teapot, just the two of us with motions.
How old were
It
you?
was like 12.
Okay.
It's like the worst possible punishment for a kid who thinks they're like too cool to get involved with this stuff, you know? Like now you have to perform.
Horrible. Yeah,
Damn.
that,
Really,
oh
really
my
effective.
God. Wow, Gabby, I can't believe you went through that. That is crazy.
I feel like there is a way to like get on top in that situation. Like if you just really committed in like a kind of sarcastic way, I think that you could regain power from the counselors.
Yeah, the people who like care the least always win. So I'm like, yeah, you get up there and just like do it and have fun with it, or like make it your own. Yeah.
No, we were
That's so
mortified.
bad.
We were so embarrassed. But thank God I had Lexi by my side. That would be so awful alone.
Yeah, and now she's a lawyer. So look how you guys ended up.
And now she's
You're
a
doing
lawyer.
amazing.
And now, you know, Buffy and Willow and Xander have each other as well. Plus, it's a talent show. It's a lot less of a mortifying thing to get up on this stage in my purview. But it's still an awful punishment that they resent.
Oh my gosh. And also an iconic quote from Snyder as he's like berating the gang. He's like, my predecessor, Mr. Flutie, may have gone in for all that touchy-feely relating nonsense, but he was eaten. You're in my world now. And Sunnydale has touched and felt for the last time. Imagine your principal saying that to you, and let alone also like referencing the previous principal being eaten alive. Oh my God. And they thought he was eaten alive by dogs, but it was actually the teenagers acting as hyenas.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of crazy. Like, if the last person in your position got eaten, you can kind of just get away with anything. You're like, well, the last guy got eaten. I do things differently.
Yeah. So it's like, and it's also, I guess I'm realizing like maybe they hired this like super dark, like tortured, weird guy to be the principal because they're like, oh, this guy won't get eaten. Like he can hold his own. Like he's going to be like able to survive this job or something.
He is like straight out of Darth Vader's cabinet, this Snyder guy.
Yes,
And he looks way less tasty than Mr. Flutie, for sure.
Gabby's like, yeah, no one's gonna eat this guy.
Nobody's gonna eat this guy. Well, then we see Buffy and Willow noticing the ventriloquist dummy. So Willow thinks he's really cute, which is an absurd reaction, and Buffy is freaked out by this dummy. She's scared of it, which is really reasonable.
Yeah, and the ventriloquist at this point is like, seems like kind of a laughing stock. Like he's not doing very well. He's clearly moving his mouth on both sides of the conversation he's performing, and everyone's kind of just like, oh, this guy, like doing his stupid thing that no one cares about. But in a moment of what was that, we see the dummy, whose name is Sid, interrupt the puppeteer and like start insulting him and like ribbing him. And then the audience thinks that the kid was just like joking the whole time or like setting up his really impressive bit by like pretending to be bad. But
and
it's
everybody's
jarring.
loving it. Everyone's like laughing at it, but it's freaky. Like the puppet has a totally different voice than the kid, Morgan. And like his voice gets like deeper and his attitude is more sinister, and I guess it is like exactly what you would think of a really good ventriloquist performance. And everybody loves it. Everybody claps.
Yeah, I mean, it seems that he is extremely skilled at ventriloquism.
Yeah. Yeah, I want that guy's skills, actually. That would be my talent if I could.
That would be your talent. I don't know. I don't know if I would take that talent.
Oh my God, I totally would. I would have like a little mini-me. That would be so cute.
It would be cool for you if you did ventriloquism. It would be really quirked up.
I think it would be like my ultimate quirked up move.
I keep getting videos on Instagram that are like day in the life circus school, and I'm like super envious of circus school people.
That is so like, you know, once ballerina, like that's so like you to be like ballerina in your history to be like, I want to be in the circus now. Like you're like, I need more extreme acrobatics.
Yeah,
way.
it's like dropping out of an Ivy League to like drop acid on a bus with your friends and join a cult. It's like that kind of, it's that pipeline.
Exactly. And
Beatnik
then speaking
behavior.
of ballet, yes, beatnik. Speaking of ballet, we
Yeah,
cut
we
to
cut-
a girl in the locker room, and I keep thinking this girl is Buffy
Because she's blonde.
because she's blonde.
This is why there shouldn't be other blondes in this show. It's confusing.
I know there needs to be like the one chosen blonde.
We see the ballerina alone packing up in the dark locker room post rehearsals, and she hears something. She starts creeping around the locker room, trying to find, is someone here? And then we get this crazy POV shot of something lunging up at her. It's black and white, is that right?
Yeah, it's black and white.
And she's attacked, and we hear the words, "I will be flesh."
Dude, that
Yeah.
freaked me out. That got me.
This
That's
one's
horror.
scary.
This
And
one is so scary.
I can't remember if in this scene it's just a black and white zoom like lunge or if there's a knife, but it
No
seems
knife.
to be okay. Well, spoiler alert, we'll see a knife later in the episode, and I'm like, this seems to be a nod to Psycho.
Oh, yeah, good point.
So there's a
All
little
of the
tidbit.
knife stabbing, yeah.
Yeah, it's certainly in conversation with a lot of classic horror. And oh yeah, so then the credits roll, and I had a note here on Charisma Carpenter's name. Did you guys see my note?
This is my favorite note you wrote. Yeah.
Her nickname, if she was born 10 years ago, would be Riz.
Oh my god, fuck yeah.
If
And maybe
only
it
she
was.
Girl's named Riz.
I mean, we have that. We have the Rizzler.
The Rizzler, literally.
That's a
She
10-year-old.
could be called the Rizzler. Like, her name is Charisma Carpenter.
She is now the Rizzler to me.
And it's so of the times, Carpenter.
Yeah.
Riz.
Ms. Carpenter. Ms. Riz Carpenter.
Oh my
She
God.
was born in the wrong generation, for real.
Joss predicted Sabrina Carpenter and the Rizzler, who are also both, get this, short.
Just like, get this, the little demon that attacks the ballerina.
Okay, we're getting back.
Okay,
we're
I
getting
see
back
where
on
we're
track.
going.
No, that's actually not what I meant at all, but I'm glad that someone saved it. Boom, 5 big booms for getting back on track.
And then it's the next day, and we're doing more talent show prep. I love the amount of work we're putting into prepping for this talent show. It's like multi-day process, for real.
This would be a
Everybody's
dream.
there all the time. Like, everybody's just at the auditorium practicing together. Everyone that you see in the talent show for this whole episode always has their talent with them also, which I think is hilarious. Like, the jugglers always have some balls, and the musicians always have their instruments. Like, they're going full theater kid.
Yeah, I feel that most talent shows are more of a, this is the list of orders of talents, and you go on when you do type of situation. But I love that they have like dress rehearsal and everything.
I love it.
So our trio is trying to figure out what their performance is going to be. Meanwhile, Morgan, the ventriloquist, and his dummy Sid, through his dummy Sid, is hitting on the girls. He says, you know what they say, once you go wood, nothing's as good. Doubt it.
Doubt it. Yeah, it's like, ever heard of silicon?
Wait.
Ever heard of
Guys,
splinters?
I kind of, yeah, that's actually crazy. Okay, you guys are making really good points because I kind of went on like a gay sex process in my head where I was like, once you go wood, nothing's as good. I was like, once you have like a dildo, like never go back or something. Because I was like, oh, like a fake one. Like, that's great. But maybe that's me stretching it. I was like, I
But
don't
is
know.
it wood?
It's not wood. I guess you wouldn't use wood. That's crazy.
What about unpolished, unsanded wood? That sounds great.
Yeah, actually, that's a good idea.
Now that sounds good.
No, it's splinters is what I want.
Oh my god.
Okay, so there's some creepy behavior coming from Sid, the ventriloquist. He's like not being charming about it at all. Believe us when we say. And then we see more exposition of the Snyder being the Mr. Tough Guy trope because him and Giles are walking around and Snyder is like, these kids need discipline. I'm telling ya. like, I'm the bad cop and Mr. Flutie's the good cop of yesteryear. And he starts even talking shit about the trio to Giles, who is like obviously not taking any of it.
So much of this episode is character development for Mr. Snyder, who was introduced at the start. And
Oh my God,
it made
stop
me
getting them
confused.
mixed up. They're so different.
It made me really confused how much of it was about him.
I think they're trying to set him up as like a fake out villain of this episode.
Yes, like later on, they're like, okay, wait, I won't spoil it. But later on, they trick you into thinking he's the bad guy. Okay, but also a comment on the gang, like talking about what talent they want to do. Willow wants them to do like a dramatic scene reading, and Xander's like, no, we should do an actual talent. And they're like, oh, Willow, you play the piano. And then I was like, oh my God, just like Gabby, like that's iconic. Mm-hmm. You and Willow are so
I know
the same.
Thank
and
you.
I was also like, Buffy should just do like feats of strength on stage. Like how so many kids in my talent show when I was in elementary school did like karate, and it was amazing. Like they chopped pieces of wood and like cinder blocks, and like Buffy could get up there and like just do that in her sleep. Like that would be so amazing.
Totally. She could just do flips over Xander and Willow.
Yeah, exactly. They can just be the props.
I bought Poe and Parker the rabbits these toys called Tim Bells, and it's a stick with 2 balls of Timothy hay on each end, and so when they like pick it up and carry it around, they look really strong.
Wow, they're so strong.
So cute. They're bulking.
They're bulking. Like we were
love
making
that.
jokes about like neck bulking because they only use their
They're neck bulking.
That's so sweet. Wow. Each of those are definitely 50 pounds each, I'm sure.
Easily.
Easily.
Comparatively to their tiny bodies. Yeah, Willow was really relatable to me here because there's a reason I never did piano in any talent show. Like I have terrible stage fright, and you have to be up there alone, and your fingers seize up.
Oh my God, I bet.
She was having the same deal, and your hands get really sweaty. I'll say
Oh,
that.
and then the slipping off the keys.
They're
Hot
sweaty
dog
and
hands.
they're cold.
Yeah, it's like
clammy.
you're not tickling the ivories, you're slapping and sliding around the ivory.
Yeah.
Sloppy steak style.
You're sloppy steak styling the piano. In this case, your hands are the steak and the sweat is the glass of
It's
water.
the swab.
Exactly. And you are the jerk.
And it's a dangerous night.
Yes, it is. And the baby can tell all of it. Okay, and then there's a dead
certainly
body. Guys.
is
There's
a
dead
dangerous
body.
night. We cut to the girl screaming in the locker room. She's seen the dead ballerina whose heart was removed with a knife. Her
Why
heart
did the
was removed.
ballerina have to die? Oh my God, Am, was this triggering for you?
Well, she wasn't very good.
Oh, shit.
I'm wondering, you know how in hindsight we figure out that they're kind of looking for the best version of the organ? The demon at large is looking for the best version of the organ. Do you think this is like she is kind-hearted or she is an athlete?
Probably
Good
athlete.
question. My immediate response was kind-hearted. So
That's the difference between us. I just watched, sorry to talk about Instagram for a second time, but I did just see a reel of someone, I think from Australian ballet, I can't remember, but this girl wore like her Fitbit for rehearsal for Swan Lake or something, and she ran like 5 kilometers, or like she ran so much.
dude, it's insane.
So that's a healthy
Strong
heart
heart.
activity.
Such a healthy heart, yeah.
Cardio.
Cardio famously refers to the heart.
Literally.
Cardiac. Yeah.
Cardiac.
I'm a cardiac.
So sorry for the spoiler, but the gang is wondering this same question. They start debating about whether this was a human murder or a demon because there's no signs of it being demonic. Yes, I am.
Buffy says my favorite quote of the episode here when they're going back and forth being like, this could have just been a regular human murder or maybe it was something demonic. And Buffy goes, I don't know. Mystical activity is totally rife here.
Totes
I need to start saying that things are totally rife.
That's crazy.
I feel like that
that's
phrase
such
goes perfect with our vocal fry.
mystical activity is totally rife.
rife.
totally right.
And she's right.
She's
It's
right.
the damn
is right.
Hellmouth. Come on. So they go on full Scooby Gang mode. They start an investigation and they split up to interview different members of the talent show, since that was the last place she was seen about the last time they saw the ballerina. And we get this fun montage of them talking to the kooky cast of characters from the talent show, asking them questions about their experience with the ballerina. Collectively, everyone's pointing toward Morgan and his dummy.
The sketchy kid with the sketchy dummy.
And they say
sad.
that they're like, he's weird. He keeps rubbing his head and moaning.
I know.
And that, I'm like, that's not nice. That's just what he's doing. That's not weird.
You're
That's
right.
not
That isn't
weird.
nice. That's like, what if he has migraines? We also see Xander talking to Cordy, and he's like super annoyed with her. And I was like, whoa, I feel like this is the first time we see them alone together.
Yeah,
Foreshadowing.
I think it is.
And he knows all about her, which we find out later. He knows her tricks and ways to get to her, but
Yeah, he has her figured out.
he has her all figured out.
Someone's a little bit obsessed.
Buffy is notably in one of her most classic outfits, which is a leopard print mini dress, boat neck, sleeveless, and long leather coat. And she is encountering Morgan and Sid in the theater. Morgan and Sid are arguing with each other. He's like, no big deal. I'm just practicing throwing my voice, which is a real thing. And she believes it and starts interviewing Morgan. But he seems really drained and out of it. And then Sid takes over talking for him.
Yeah, and like then Morgan seems all flushed and low and is holding his head and moaning, which I guess is the suspicious thing that he does. And Buffy like quickly gets the vibe that something's up and something is weird. And then the gang comes back together and they chat about what they found, and they're like, okay, everybody thinks it was Morgan that like killed someone, which is freaky.
I think it's
I know.
this scene when they reconvene in the library when Giles is wearing like a gold cardigan kind of and like a matching tie, and he has the sleeves all rolled up and he looks fine.
He's so
Yeah.
often having his sleeves rolled up this episode. It's like, okay.
Dude, Giles
like it's
was
working.
killing it. It was
Yeah.
majorly working.
Majorly.
And Buffy
It's a hot
still
day.
thinks
He's doing a lot of work. You know, he's got to
So
roll those
true.
sleeves up.
he's a hot guy on a hot day. What can I say? And Buffy still thinks it's a demon actually that killed poor ballerina Emily and cut her heart out. Buffy's like, that is so effed up for a person to do at this school. This has to be a demon. We live on the Hellmouth. Like, we need to look into this further. And Giles is like, I need to go and put on the talent show and like do this for our team so that, you know, people don't investigate us further for like being antisocial.
Yeah, he's like, the talent show is actually my priority right now, which is funny, but the kids have got it handled. Buffy, after school hours, breaks into Morgan's locker. She like barehanded smashes the lock inward, which is extremely impressive. But Snyder catches her. I thought he was catching her breaking into the locker. He's actually just catching the fact that she's at school after school hours.
Yeah, so she pretends to just be getting something from the locker, like, oh, my friend asked me to get him something, haha. And she kind of gets away with it. And Snyder is just like, all right, get out of here, which is also a little bit suspicious. Like, I think they are kind of setting him up to be the villain because, like, he's there. And what's he doing that he wants her to get out of there as fast as possible? Like, he's not lecturing. He's not making her, I don't know, write shit on the chalkboard or whatever.
Yeah,
He's like,
good
leave
punishment
now.
for kids. Yeah, why is he there at night? Why is he sneaking up on her? And he's also like, plot hole, not shocked when he hears her talking to herself and breaking the locker with her hands. Like, if he is lurking and quiet enough to sneak up on her to grab her hand like from behind, how does he not see any of this? And he's also just acting weird. He's like, he says he doesn't like it when people die at school. So now he's like paying attention to her and like following her. But I'm also like, why are you there, buddy?
Yeah, and he's putting his hands on her. He like grabs her.
He's
He
a
is,
freak.
and like, yeah, not the last time that he'll do that, even just in this episode. Or like not necessarily put his hands on her, but like be way too close, be creepy, be stalking her.
Be alone
What
with
a
her in a weird after hours space. It's not cool. Thank God Buffy can handle herself though. But who's been spying on this whole altercation is Sid the puppet and Morgan the puppeteer. They're arguing in a classroom about this. Sid needs one more victim. It seems. I guess this is the vibe I got. What did he actually say? Do you guys remember?
I think he does literally say this. He's like, we just need to get one more. He's like, just one more.
Yeah, not victim necessarily. We think of it as victim. And it has to be Buffy. She's so strong. It's got to be her.
Mm-hmm.
Makes total sense. I'm not suspecting a damn thing at this point, even though I've seen the episode before. And with her, Sid will finally be free.
Yeah. So it's like, is he harvesting organs to make a body? He wants Buffy's something because she's so strong. Biceps, maybe.
Biceps. Oh my God, who wouldn't? And it's crazy because, like, of course, you suspect the puppet to like want to have a body. That's always the story, you know, since Pinocchio, since the dawn of Pinocchio.
Since
Dude,
the dawn
literally,
of Pinocchio.
I'm thinking about this next scene, like when we think that Sid is the organ harvester. I was just thinking about it and had to close my window. Like, it's not chill at all.
It's so scary, dude. Holy shit. Ugh. And then we cut to like Buffy's at home and she's hanging out with her mom, Joyce. And Joyce is like super excited to see Buffy's talent show act. But Buffy's obviously being weird. And so Joyce is like, okay, how are you doing? Like, what's going on? And then Buffy's like, ah, it's fine. And so then Joyce is just like, okay, just get some sleep. Like, you'll be fine. I'm like, okay. Joyce is like doing the least.
She's doing the least. It's like this is the first time you're encountering each other for the day. It's like nightfall and you're seeing your high school student daughter. But Buffy turns off the light to sleep, and then we see the face of Sid right outside her window. The puppet is alone.
Everyone close and lock your windows tonight. Like, fucked up.
I hate
she wakes
that.
up in the middle of the night to something under her cover. It's under the cover.
Because he's
It's
a
so
freak.
fucked.
He's so disgusting.
Yeah.
Ugh.
She screams and Joyce comes running. Okay, good mom Joyce moment.
She's like, it's
for
fine. You woke
once.
me up. I was dreaming about bills.
I was dreaming about bills. Yeah.
Yeah.
Girl,
I
why do
mean,
taxes
relatable.
keep coming up on this show? Like, it's crazy.
Only
We'll
from
put a-
Joyce.
We'll put a content warning on the episodes that talk about taxes, so no one has to listen to that.
Thank you. And then Buffy's, get this, window is open. She didn't open it.
It was notably and observably closed when she went to sleep.
So
then-
scary.
Then it is tomorrow, and it's finally dress rehearsals of the talent show. Giles is in a total tizzy, and Cordy's arguing with him because it's very important that her act is in the right order. She doesn't want to get the vibe of the crowd wrong for her emotional ballad, which is seemingly important. And Giles, I was so confused when he started doing this. He's like, starts looking at her weird and says, "I'm sorry, your hair."
Gabby, it worked on you too.
I thought that he seemed into her in this moment.
I thought they were flirting.
Yeah.
Oh, I totally was like, oh, he's tricking her. Like, he's messing with her. Maybe I just like think too good of Giles and you guys are like, he could be like a Wesley type.
Yeah, you were right though. He's just getting her thinking that there's something wrong with her hair, so she runs away and he gets to escape the conversation, which is a tip he learned from Xander.
So they're
Xander
having
has
like,
Cordy all figured out.
yeah, they're like having bro time where they're talking about ways to get, I don't know.
How
that's
to
lame.
trick women like into
That
like
is
worrying
lame.
about their appearance. What dicks.
And like, how
crazy.
many times do you have to interact with Cordy to know that this works? It's interesting. He's been like experimenting on her
Yeah.
socially.
It also doesn't really make sense to me. Well, I guess Cordy talks a lot when she wants something, but I'm like, it's not like her and Xander talk.
Yeah, not
maybe
that
they
much.
do.
She hates him.
Yeah, but I was kind of struck and like shocked by how childish Giles was acting with Cordy. I was like, oh my God, he's resorting to like teenage tricks to like get her away when he is supposedly this authority figure. So I was like, wow, he is really hangs out with these teenagers 24/7 and he is turning into them. Like he's just like, these are my buddies. This is how I act. It's like I'm 17
He's
again.
picking up their social biases.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then his friend Buffy walks in. She's looking really worse for the wear.
But her
and she
outfit is so
confesses-
good.
Oh, what is she wearing, please?
She's wearing an all black fit, like a kind of square necked, pretty high tank top and like a bun, and looks like an actual ballerina. She looks really good.
Someone had to fall into the role of ballerina now that she's dead.
Yeah, she looks like disheveled, and that's like a big part of looking like a ballerina is looking like shit.
I love the ballerina off-duty fashion.
Yeah,
that's
it's
Gabby's
really good.
whole thing. Gabby, this episode was made for you.
Yeah.
You
I-
act like a puppet.
Exactly.
I act like a puppet, and I
dress
love
like a ballerina.
ballerinas. So Belly. I'm sorry. I've been
my God,
revisiting the summer I
mixing
turned
shows.
pretty. I have to confess.
Oh my God.
My God. Imagine. Anyways, Buffy.
Imagine if we were doing belly.
We should do that.
Yeah.
Buffy confesses her suspicions to the group that the puppet broke into her room last night alone without Morgan, alive and moving for himself. And they pretty
don't believe
immediately
her.
start shitting on her idea.
It's insane. Like, you guys live in a hellmouth. Of course the puppet is alive. Like, nobody is that good at ventriloquism.
And what makes this less believable than anything else that happens to them?
Then the fucking
Yeah,
praying
everyone
mantis.
remember the praying mantis? I was literally gonna say, I was like, everyone remember that? The fucking praying mantis? So that
Yeah, and
just-
if it was like, it's just vampires in this town, that's the only creature we encounter, but weird shit happens all the time.
Yeah, they're being lame, and we got to pick up the pace on this recap.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Gabby, drive us home.
So Giles has identified a possible demon culprit. He talks about the Brotherhood of Seven demons who take the form of young humans every 7 years, 7 coming up a lot. They need human organs to retain their humanity. But these demons don't quite fit with what we know Morgan to be. They're supposed to be preternaturally strong, and Morgan is a total weakling.
Yeah. So it's like the best, well, it's the best theory they have going. But still no one is listening to what Buffy has to say. Big mistake.
Yeah, then
I
we
don't
finally
need
get a
spelling on myself.
shot at school that's not the talent show. Sid and Buffy are in class. Or, I mean, Morgan and Buffy are in class, and Sid the dummy is watching Buffy during the class. The teacher confiscates Sid from Morgan when he starts talking back to her, and puts him in the cabinet. But even in the cabinet, he keeps talking. Very terrifying. It's muffled by the cabinet. It's like, obviously he's talking.
Obviously he's talking, and the teacher's like, Morgan, cut it out. And
Yeah.
it's like, nobody is that good at ventriloquism. The puppet is a demon.
After school, Morgan comes to ask the teacher for his dummy back, and she's like, for show, and goes to get it out, but he's gone from the cabinet. And Morgan's like, shit, he's supposed to wait for me. She's like, what? That's a really weird thing to say about your puppet.
And I thought at this point, okay, so we find out that Xander stole Sid from the cupboard, and is in the library kind of like playing with him, holding him and playing with him. And I wrote in my notes, I was like, oh my God, is Xander getting hoodwinked? Like, is this another demon like taking control of Xander?
I know.
But it's not that. It's not that.
Yeah, he's making fun of the dummy and Buffy being scared of it. He's like, red rum. Which
Literally,
apparently
okay, the
was-
red rum got me too. I was like, that's scary. Red rum is like so scary. Ever since my dad, when I was like 6 years old, maybe I wasn't, maybe I was 12, told me like red rum is murder backwards. That is what I think of like when I'm afraid of the dark. So Xander messing around got me.
And that was reportedly improvised by Nicholas Brendan. Really cool stuff. Shining.
Honestly, it was a
fan.
really good scene.
So the group sends Buffy to go confront Morgan now that he's been isolated from his puppet. And then Willow and Giles go book diving. And it's just Xander and Sid alone, really setting us up to be scared for Xander in the presence of this puppet. But Buffy goes to the theater to look for Morgan, and she instead encounters Snyder backstage. Just another one of these scary little moments that leads nowhere with Snyder and Buffy in a dark space alone together.
Yeah, and like he's threatening her. Basically, he's like, you know, girls like you shouldn't be in spaces like this. Like, you're in trouble. And I'm like, dude, that is literally you being like, I am a threat to you. Like,
I think
you are
what
threatening
happened to make me not follow the plot track of this as like a red herring is that I remembered watching the show, and then I remembered Snyder isn't the villain of this episode, but I didn't remember what the actual villain was. So I'm just like, why are they making Snyder act creepy like this?
They were obsessed with twists in this one. This one, they were like just throwing every twist in the book at it. Like Buffy's exploring backstage just ran into Schneider. Schneider?
Schneider.
Schneider.
Schnitzel.
Schnitzel. And she finds a fucking brain. She finds a body splayed on the floor and a brain. And she's
brain
like,
falling from the ceiling.
Yeah, and she's just like, oh, Demon's got himself a brain.
And it's it's Morgan's.
Yeah, it's Morgan's brain, everyone. The body is Morgan. And
and Buffy backs up and a chandelier falls on her.
Phantom
because
of the
there's a
Opera
chandelier
moment.
backstage. Oh, so true. And she lays there pinned under the chandelier while the puppet pitter patters above her, and she's like, come out. And he does with a knife. But since she's Buffy and he's a puppet with a knife, she's able to fight him off even though she's pinned under a chandelier. And she gets out from under the chandelier, and she pins him against the wall with her arm, which probably would look really funny if you panned out and saw the full Buffy body size with the puppet. But he tells her, you know, like, you win, you can take your heart and brain. And she's like, you lost, and now you'll never be human. And he says, yeah, well, neither will you. She's like, wait, what?
And they're both like, what? You?
What?
I was so shook by this moment. It really got me. It was so fun. It's a huge twist. Sid is not the demon. He's actually a demon hunter.
Who thinks that Buffy is the demon because he saw her, like, superhuman strength and can tell there's something mystical about her. So they've both just been, like, hunting each other for this part of the episode.
So
and then
silly.
Yeah, it's kind of awesome. But then we go to the library, and Sid is, like, getting indoctrinated as, like, the new cool guy on the block, like the new demon hunter, sort of like a roguish misogynist vibe. He's like, I'm trying to think of a corollary character. Like, he's like the cool guy who just kind of swings through and is out on his own, doing his own vigilante justice or something. Like, maybe like Captain Jack from Doctor Who.
I was literally going to say, I feel like Jack Harkness is sort of a subversion of this traditional archetype, which is great that that's who our mind goes to, but they're definitely both playing on.
He's like Han Solo, too. Like the kind of outlaw rogue man.
Sid is a little hornier than even Han. He's calling Buffy nubile.
Nubile count. Nubile count starts now.
Nubile count starts now.
But there's been already one. I think there has.
We're at 2, at least. So it turns out it is.
Starts rolling his eyes like he's getting like puppet horny.
Yeah,
it's
he's
insane.
Like his eyes are rolling into the back of his head. And he's like nubile.
Yeah.
His joints are clacking. It's really insane.
So it turns out it is the Brotherhood of the Seven Demons thing. And Sid has killed the other 6 demons. So what he needs to do now is kill the last one. That's why he was talking to Buffy in this way that could easily be misconstrued by the viewer as him hunting her for her organs.
Because he was.
It was that he was hunting her, thinking she was the last demon. And when he kills the last of the 7 demons, he'll be freed from the curse that is putting him in the body of this puppet. But whoever it was, they got away because Buffy and Sid were hunting each other. They got the brain that they needed, ostensibly, and they realized it'll be someone who was involved in the talent show. So whoever's no-showing the talent show tomorrow, that'll be them. They can go after them. That's the plan. And then it's the day of the talent show, okay? It's like 4th day of talent show happenings. And Buffy and Sid are sitting in the rafters chatting about their shared interests. I really like this dynamic of demon hunter and vampire slayer. I wish he wasn't so horny for her. He talks about a slayer he knew back in the 30s and says, quote, Korean chick, very hot. We're talking muscle tone. I don't know.
And it's like reaching his hand over to like try to touch Buffy. Like he's doing everything. He's doing too much.
It's crazy. And honestly, in this moment, I kind of got a flashback to an episode very late in Angel where Angel turns into a Muppet. So that's something to look forward to, y'all.
That is a piece of lore I read as well, is that puppets come up in Angel. So I'm excited. Is that what they're referring to?
Gotta be.
I think there's like no reference at all to this. This is like a way after. This is like in like season, I don't know, like the last season of Angel. Like he turns into a Muppet. So it's a while till we get there, but pretty iconic nonetheless. And honestly, like maybe I'm the only one, but this whole time I'm still not believing that like Sid is telling the truth about being a demon hunter.
He's a little bit suspicious. He's too perfect, you know. He just immediately is like part of the gang and on their team.
Yeah. I'm like, why are they trusting him so quickly? Why is Buffy like trusting him and being like, oh, Sid, you chum, like up in the rafters? I'm just like, why do you believe him? Like he's such a weirdo. And also he's been controlling Morgan this whole time too. Or like
I think she likes finding a peer.
Yeah.
And I need Gabby to say the second most iconic note she took, which is about this interaction.
Okay.
When they're in the rafters.
I said it seems that the dummy has a lot of pent-up horny feelings, which is really understandable, but he should probably not be discussing it with this teenager.
Really understandable. You're right, Gabby. You have such good sympathy for him. He's been trapped in a puppet body.
Yeah, I mean, what can he do? But
nothing but wood. Nobody wants that, as we've already discussed.
Wood.
Like nobody wants that.
While they're chilling out up there discussing horny feelings, Giles is gathering the talent show lineup for a pre-show power huddle, which is just a ruse to get them all together to see who's missing. No one is missing. He does a really lousy pre-show power huddle where he's just like, let's do it.
He says, everyone stand in a circle, and then they all do it. And he's like, all right, well, that was good. Move on. Also, sorry, clarification for me personally. How do we know that the person is going to ghost the talent show, that the killer is going to ghost the talent show?
I think the idea is just the talent show was just a way for them. They were just there to gather victims, and now they'll be moving on, like maybe even moving away from Sunnydale as a town. I don't know.
Probably
think that they got the brain. Like the demon got
They think
the
that
brain.
he got the brain, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's right for him at this point.
okay. Interesting.
So
Well,
he wouldn't need
although,
to do the talent show anymore because he's a demon. Why would he want to do the talent show?
Right. I think that's right. Yeah. It
Or
was hard
she.
to follow for me as well. Or she.
But
yeah.
I mean, they're wrong. No one's missing, and we see Snyder looking around backstage mysteriously, making us suspect him again. Sid is suddenly nowhere to be found, making us question him a bit. So Buffy starts looking for Sid, and she instead grabs a pile of brains in her hands. Morgan's brain, which the demon has rejected. And they're like, why would he reject this brain? Morgan is the smartest kid in school. They start theorizing about it, realize he's been sick a lot lately, and are able to hack into his medical records and find out that he has brain cancer.
and that's why he
Very
was moaning
sad.
and clutching his head, because he was very sick. But he was like
Poor
still
thing.
showing up to school and
Yeah.
trying to live his best life.
Yeah, and, learning ventriloquism. I think he was Yeah, seemed like a really cool kid, honestly. But you know what that means? The demon is looking for the next smartest person around. And all of our minds immediately go, this is where mine immediately went before they said anything, to our favorite sweet and intelligent, doe-eyed redhead, Willow.
Willow. She's in danger.
To prove this, Xander asked her the square root of 841, which she knows off the dome.
And what is
Didn't write it down, so I don't know it myself. This is where me and Willow diverge a little bit.
Yeah, it can remain a mystery. That girl is a magician. Like, that was crazy how she just knows
There's
that.
simply no way to know. There's no way to know. And that's why the show is magic.
Yeah, we don't have Willow with us right now. We'll never know.
Willow could have just done times tables or square roots in front of the audience. Like, that would be really impressive to me.
That would be really sick.
Exactly.
Mathlete stuff.
Yeah.
So at this point, because Buffy has run away from the theater and Sid has run away from the theater, and Willow and Buffy and Xander have gathered to do the hacking, no one is monitoring the talent show, which is pretty tense. And as they start realizing that the demon is going to go after someone really smart next time, they're a little bit worried about Giles. But Xander is like, no, Giles will be fine. He's smart.
No way. No fucking way. Yeah, he is. They come to that conclusion just in time and start running to the theater. We see that Mark, the magician, never suspected him, is setting up his guillotine to slice Giles' scalp off such that his brain will come just pouring right out.
Yeah,
and
somehow no one.
Giles to get into it by slicing a melon first, and then he's like, "See, that's the trick." And Giles is like, "What's the trick?" And he's like, "Just get in." And Giles is like, "Okay." I'm like, "Wait, I thought Giles was smart, you guys."
Yeah, I guess he thinks we know who it is, or he thinks it's not Mark at least. But
No one
luckily
suspected the kid with the giant weapon, which is, classic.
And it's crazy because also I'm just realizing so far in the show, like we've seen snippets of Mark, like talking to them, practicing at the talent show. He's never been able to actually pull off a trick. So like this guy's a magician, but that's his talent. But he like has kind of been not able to actually even do a trick this whole time. So
honestly, just using a guillotine to like slice melons would be an interesting thing to do on stage, but that's not his goal. He's trying to steal Giles' brain. Buffy is able to fight him off, thank God. The guillotine does start coming down. That starts descending. But Xander grabs the rope just in time.
Like lunges, expertly grabs the rope out of midair before it's going to slice the head off of Giles. Like, that was crazy. Like, that was, like, even more unbelievable to me than a puppet being, like, a little horny guy or something. Like, that was so crazy that Xander was able to grab that rope midair.
I do love it when they give Xander these fun little heroic moments,
Yeah.
And then Willow is able to free Giles from the contraption with an axe, and Mark is revealed to be the demon. He's gone too long without getting this brain that he needs, and his demon form is revealed. It's a disgusting, sort of skinny, tall, fleshy demon.
Like a human toad. Like a human-shaped toad.
Scaly.
And Sid joins in on the action just in time. Where was he? He's using his trusty knife, and they maneuver the demon to get into the guillotine and use it on him. But Sid reports that it's not enough. You have to get the heart to make sure he never comes back, this demon.
I was rolling my eyes so hard at this point because Buffy and Sid have known about each other for, 2 hours. And there's this like swelling, sad music as Sid is like getting ready to plunge the knife into the demon's heart, because we know that once he kills this one, he'll
be
curse
freed
will
from
lifted.
his curse, which doesn't turn him back into his human form, but instead releases his soul.
Yeah. So it's just
And
this
his
like
tiny
insane
little-
moment.
Yeah, his tiny little puppet hands are like holding this kitchen knife, and he's just like, "Oh, I'm gonna die after I stab this heart." He's like, "No, I got it, Toots. Like, I'll do it." And then he just falls like over the body. I'm like, this isn't even like, this has surpassed camp. Like, this is beyond camp. This is just pure earnest cheesiness. Like, Buffy then
I
carries
love
the lifeless
this. Yeah.
body.
She's like walking with him as if he's like the body of her, dead child. I don't know. Like, mourning the loss of this lifeless puppet. It's this tableau on the stage
mourning the lifeless puppet who has been nothing but inappropriate and unkind to her.
But I think she just can. I think she can relate to him. Honestly, they both have this mission of slaying, and I think that's why she cares for him right away. But
and she
she's
knows what it
holding
means
the
to be
lifeless
lonely.
puppet, sort of like a dead peer, and behind her there's the huge, lengthy, fleshy demon body in the guillotine with its head cut off and a knife in its heart. And there's Giles, Willow, and Xander looking disheveled in various states of being dazed from this altercation. And just then, curtains slide open. The audience is here. It is the start of the talent show, and they're the first act.
And
They're the
Snyder
first act,
pulls
and
it
they do it
together.
beautifully.
He really pulls it together at the end with a really funny line where he's like, I don't get it. Is this avant-garde or something?
Iconic.
And that was
I love
funny.
that he's like in on it somehow. He's like, okay, I'll play into this. And it is like this fucked up like nativity scene type display.
Would be such a good talent show performance for high school. Like, what would that mean? It would be super avant-garde. And then
Yeah,
we
do
just
the
get a
whole thing
cold
again.
close.
And I'm
Just that's the
remembering,
end.
and I'm also like remembering that earlier in the episode when they were brainstorming what they should do for their talent, Willow suggests a dramatic scene but gets shot down.
Well,
and they fulfill the prophecy because they have just acted out the most insane, over dramatic, like melodrama, and then they get caught in the act. But luckily we do get a little bit more payoff about the dramatic scene. Gab, if you want to take it away.
okay, we do. Did you see this? It's in the Hulu
Yeah.
in the credits, because I didn't see it. I must have stopped the episode too soon. So someone else speak on this. I just read it as trivia.
Okay, Gab, it's hilarious because in your notes I was like, Gabby didn't even comment on the Oedipus Rex reading. Like, wild. And I'm like, Gabby is just so quick to be like, show over, like, turn off the TV. It was like 2 seconds after the credits went on.
I didn't realize we were doing like a Marvel style post credits.
I know, literally wait for the, what do they call it? This is going to really make me be a nerd, but like the shawarma scene, that's what they call it now.
That's what they call it.
Like, because Marvel started to do it where there's like the short clip in the credits and it was them eating shawarma at the end of like the first big Marvel movie. And so
Never heard of
then
that.
all the mainstream nerds were like, it's called a shawarma clip, like when it rolls after the credits.
Okay, and they've got one of those. Speak
And
on
they,
it.
They had one of those. So after, a few credits roll, the gang is on stage in like white sheet gowns reciting Oedipus. They're doing a very poor job. Xander forgets his lines. Buffy really doesn't care, has a moment where she pats Xander on the head. And Willow eventually runs off the stage in fear. And I was just like stunned that they went through all of this after like an insane, brutal fight finale after they like chopped off this demon's head and lost a puppet. So
Lost
It
a
seems
best
almost
friend.
non-canon to me. Like, this didn't happen
I
in
don't
the
think
plot.
it did. Yeah, I think it was separate, but
yeah.
it was really funny, and it charmed me so much that it informed my rating.
And what was that? How
Are
many
we ready
steaks?
to reveal how many stakes? I am saying 2.5.
No
Lowest
way.
yet
I know.
from AM.
I think I just like something about this is like a personal problem, but when shows are trying to like throw too many twists at me, I just like don't care. Like I just stop caring. So I was pretty eye rolly up until the Oedipus Rex reading, and then I was like, okay, this is actually really funny and like tongue in cheek and speaking to me.
Art history core.
So yeah, because that's my story. That's my
Yes.
idol. That's my little guy.
Right.
My silly rabbit.
Yeah, it is so famously AM to be like watching a movie or a show and there's twists that are like shocking to the audience, and Anna Maria's like, well, I predicted that. Like, I could have seen that coming. And it's like true. Like, you're like, yeah, that was obviously gonna happen. And so you're a classic, just love a straightforward plot line that speaks to emotional growth, character development, scene setting, which is beautiful. And I totally get this is not your jam.
Yeah, it just made it kind of boring for me, I think, but the end really pulled it together. So 2.5.
I will say I had a lot more fun talking about this episode than actually watching it. So I'm going to give 1 steak out of 5.
One?
Damn.
You guys are
I'm
crazy.
going to give a 1. I'm going to be super harsh just because, like, on the grand scheme of Buffy episodes, like, this just does not stick out to me as a fave or anything spectacular. Although, and like, I think talking about it with you guys is just like so fun that I'm like, oh wow, that episode like wasn't as fun as talking about it. So like that's kind of like a negative on Joss for this one.
Were you gonna give it 0 and then you gave it 1 because this has been fun?
Well, I like don't think of the stakes until we talk about them at the end. So I don't know, maybe a 1.5.
No, stick with 1. Be bold.
Stick with
I
1.
like it.
Stick with 1. I was going to give it a 3, but I need to give it at least a 3.5 to cancel out these negative ratings. I thought this episode was so fun. It's so camp. It's so kooky. I love the sleazy puppet. Honestly, you know, I do talk trash about this, but it's really funny to me.
It's working
and literally,
for you.
Ava fell asleep like 10 minutes into the episode next to me, and I was like laughing aloud and gasping at parts. I love a twist, and I am 100% was not expecting this twist, even though I've seen this episode before.
Maybe I am.
I
being
forgot
like,
about the twist too.
Yeah, I did too. But I'm like, maybe I was like too triggered by the puppet. Maybe the puppet's actually cool and saying good stuff.
I think it's okay to be triggered by this asshole puppet.
I think this like horny character is funny, especially on a puppet. We are looking at it through the lens of this is a teenage girl, which I don't think they were really considering upon writing it, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, they were like, this is just a funny guy.
And this is a hot woman.
Yeah, we're too smart for this shit. We're too evolved.
But yeah, loved it.
Yeah.
3.5.
I'm glad you did, Gab. Like, someone needs to stand up for the puppet. And I'm glad that you did. And I'm so excited for next week's episode because it's going to be the nightmare episode. And that was like, I vividly remember that being one of my favorites. And so I'm super stoked that I get to recap it. I'm really looking forward to that. Okay, so see you guys all next week.
Whoa, real ending? Real ending?
Real ending. Bye.
Bye.